Everyone, welcome back. This is Mr. Osem Wasapi, and in this video we'll be looking at limits of trigonometric functions. Alright, this one is a bit interesting. So before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Alright, let's get to it. Now, when it comes to limits of trigonometric functions, there are some pointers you need to remember. Pointers such as, say you have sine, so something that is just a bit absurd. Sine x is the same as sine x, and cos x is just equal to cos x. But now there are some other things you should know. There are some trigonometric functions such as tan x. Tan x is equal to sine x over cos x. Then we also can look at cot x. Cot x is equal to 1 over tan x. Then we also have a scenario. If we want for cot, we can also write cot x, because tan is just a reciprocal of what you get for cot. So if I reciprocate tan, I get cot. So in short, it's like I'm having cos x over sine x. So that's for cot. Then we also have sec. Sec x is the same as 1 over cos x. And finally, we can look at cosecant x being equivalent to 1 over what? Sine x. So all these are supposed to be known by you. They won't really give you during exams. Alright, now other thing you're supposed to know this. You're supposed to know these limit identities for algebraic manipulation. Okay, so the first one is this. So if you have the limit as x approaches 0 of, say, sine x over x, this is equivalent to 1 always. And if you also have the limit as x approaches 0 of x over sine x, this is also equal to 1. But the limit of x approaching 0 of 1 minus cos x over x is equal to 0, as well as the limit of x approaching 0 of x over 1 minus cos x is also equal to what? 0. Now, when you know these trig functions and trig limit identities, you will be able to solve some questions that attach with trig functions and the limits. But in order to solve other trigonometric limits, you need to use algebraic manipulation and then apply the identities. It's that simple. So what we'll do first is to start by looking at simple examples first. So let's look at some examples that are a bit basic. So say we have been told to evaluate a limit. So evaluate the following. Okay, so I'll begin with simple examples. Say we have the limit as x approaches 0 of, say, 2 sine x minus 1. So now, for us to solve this one, it's quite basic. If you want, you can just substitute directly. And if you do substitute, we'll get 2 sine 0 minus what? 1. Now, be mindful of this. Just a quick reminder. If you have sine 0 is equal to 0, but cos 0 is 1. Don't forget these two important pointers. So here it's like you're having 2 times 0 minus 1, so you get a minus 1 as your final answer. Yeah, it's that simple. So let's look at example number 2. Suppose we have the limit as x approaches 0 of, say, 1 plus x plus sine of what? X over 3 cos of x. So what we're going to do here is to plug in. So if we plug in, end up having 1 plus 0 plus sine of 0 over 3 cos of what? 0. So you have 1 plus, sine 0 is 0, so it's like you have 1 plus 0 over 3 cos 0 is 1. So you have 1 over what? 3 as your final answer. Alright, let's look at this one. So the limit as x approaches minus pi is equivalent to root of pi plus 4. Okay, let's put x here. then cos of x plus pi. So in order for us to solve this, all we're going to do is just plug in. So if we plug in here, we'll be having the root of pi, so which is going to be minus pi plus 4, then cos of pi plus what? Pi. So you have the root of minus pi plus 4, then times cos of pi plus pi, that will give you, so you have minus pi plus pi, that will give you a 0. So you have root of minus pi plus 4, then cos 0, that will be 1. In the end, you get your final answer to be the root of minus pi plus 4. Yeah, so that will be your answer, minus pi plus 4. So it's that simple. So let's look at the last example so that we can look at other advanced manipulations. So you have the limit of x approaching 0 of the root of 7 plus sec squared x. So you can try and pause this video and attempt to do it on your own. Alright, so one thing you should know is this. If you have sec x squared, this means that you have 1 over cos x squared. And 1 over cos x squared, if we plug in back the value, because at this point we'll be having the root of 7 plus sec squared of 0. So this is like we're having 1 over cos 0, of which we know cos 0 is 1. So like we're having 1 over 1 squared, which would be 1 squared, giving us 1. So if we put it back here, we'll be having the root of 7 plus 1, and in the end we get root of what? 8 as our final answer. Alright, so thanks for watching this part of the video of limits involving trigonometric functions. My name is Mr. Hussein Mosapin. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. If you have questions, you can reach me on WhatsApp on the number attached to the screen or the one in my description. Alright, remember to strategize before it becomes a statistic. Let's try and push for that A+.